We are Journals Network. I am your lovely and captivating host, Louise Palanker, here with a panel of wise and wonderful teens.
I've been out there wandering.
That's me on background vocals. Very talented. Now that you're suitably impressed, we are Journals Out Loud. We're here to focus on all kinds of teen stuff. And teen stuff is really everybody's stuff, right? Because the things that we talk about, they affect all people, all humans, and things like that. We're going to be getting into some politics and some really, really interesting stuff. We've got a panel of really wise and wonderful teens. We have Lyric, Brady, Victoria, Kenneth, and Mickey, who's in the guest seat tonight. And then we have Jake and Rhodey in the booth, along with Aaron and Andrew, and of course Matt, who's raising a couple of wonderful teenagers. So he is our in-house resident on all things teen. The first question, just in case you're deciding whether or not to stick with this podcast, the first question is going to nail you to your seat. Please pardon that pun. Anonymous writes, "What should I do if a random guy sends me a picture of his lower department?"
Block him.
All right. First of all, credit for really the best euphemism for penis that I've read this week, lower department. Let's give it very nicely done. Very nicely.
True.
Snaps.
Yeah.
Do the snaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
True
Go ahead,
discernment.
Lyric.
I think you should block him. I mean, like, if you're not interested in that, which I hope you aren't. I don't know. Whatever I feel about this.
Well, here's the thing.
But,
Let's assume
yeah,
that
I mean-
she likes the kid, has a crush on the kid, is excited to be getting a text from the kid, and then boom, penis. So
Wow.
So she should be like, look, I'm not really like into that, or like I would rather have like a relationship with you, like whatever you feel in the moment, like is what you should write. And if you feel like, okay, I don't like this guy, then just like block him. I don't know. If you're uncomfortable with it, then block him.
Definitely.
Go ahead, Mickey.
Yeah. If you're nice, then say I'm not into that and then immediately block him. If you feel like being mean, say I don't see anything and then block him.
But
that's
what
good.
I'm getting at is, what about the girl who thinks, oh, this is you have to be okay with this if you want a guy to like you? What about that girl?
She's wrong.
So
wrong.
educate her.
You are more than your body and what your body could be for a dude or another person or a lady who wants your body, whatever. There are going to be a lot of people who come to you and insinuate that your existence is for them. You wear makeup because you want to look beautiful for them. You wear clothes that are cute, not because you like them, but because it's for them. And they are wrong. And I want you to remember that you live for yourself and you wear makeup because you are pretty. You're pretty without it, but maybe you like yourself with it. And that's totally awesome. You do you. They will do them, unfortunately, and be rude about your existence, but you're going to exist anyway. So be happy with it.
So that was beautifully said. Here's a free tip from men. Just because you would like to see a female's body parts does not conversely mean that she wants to see yours. Generally speaking, we're not interested in seeing that business until we're in love with you. Rule of thumb, live by it. We would rather see something that you type that's interesting or intriguing or poetic. We don't want dick pics. I don't understand how this is such a confusing aspect of teenage life. Brady.
The thing is that, like, it is confusing because, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, this is just seems to be something that happens. Like, there cannot be an anti-dick pic movement because
there
dick
can
pics.
be.
No, but it's just like, yeah. I mean, it
We're
would have to
starting
start
one today.
like it would have to start at like grade school. But like, I mean, it just seems to happen. Some guy, there's a certain type of guy that is just predisposed to like sending his junk to people that, he just feels like he needs to, I guess.
It's only the one guy,
yeah,
right?
it's one
And
guy
it's
who's
just the
doing all
same
this.
dick going
of
around
course.
the internet.
It's not, I mean, if you think for a second
God.
that, this is one guy who's putting the blame on all of us. He's a real conster.
He's a
Gotta
jerk.
say,
Yeah,
the
he's a
tactic
jerk.
is working.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I feel like because we live in the internet age and like anybody can send you anything now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's better to be thick-skinned about it as opposed to because this is gonna happen. There's a certain type of guy out there who's just doing this, and you can't reason with him, and he's not the kind of guy that you want to be seeing. So just block him again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Whether
that's
or
it.
not you leave a comment, just block them.
Yep.
Yeah. I go ahead, Lyric.
Well, also she says it's a random guy, so it's not like some guy she's interested in. It's just a random guy, like
It's
probably
another-
probably on Kick.
Ah.
Like I'm not kidding. Like it's probably on Kick, and so
It's
yeah,
gotta
just,
be Kick, yeah.
It's gotta be Kick. I mean, I'm
All
sorry.
of the dick pics are
or Snapchat, but
This
like
is this is
So
either
like
Kick
if
or
you're
Snapchat.
playing
Just take
random
a
guy,
screenshot.
if you're playing random guy roulette, it's every now and then it's gonna come up dick.
Yeah, of course, because there's
8 out of 10. Honestly.
Oh,
8 out of 10.
Victoria.
Really.
lovely.
I suggest you don't say anything to him because that's just what he wants you to do.
Block him.
Block him.
Yeah,
That's
block.
it.
Block.
Don't
Block.
say anything. Just block him. That's
Actually,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. and
Anything you
because
say would be like,
If
ooh, yes,
that's
attention.
just like
Yeah, exactly.
that's what they want you to do.
Yeah.
And then
Just
like,
don't say like
don't
nice
say
one.
anything.
Don't
Don't.
say
And
that.
I
That's the
also-
worst you could do.
Why would you be
Oh
like,
my gosh.
nice one, blocked. Got him. Like,
If
Send
he's
him a picture
sending
of one
it
of your
to
guy
you-
friends and say that it's you.
Yes.
Wow,
Oh my
agree.
god! You know what? You know what you
Wow.
could also do is send him a pic of your
Why
like,
does she
dog,
have
like a
dick
close
pics
up
of
in
her
your
friends? Wait.
Oh,
know.
not a dick pic. I just mean a face pic.
Oh, okay.
or
my
like
God.
abs.
wait, you meant to
Clarification.
send a picture of your friend?
Well, yeah, because
It would be like
I'm
it's
not
like
gonna
The
say
ab
that.
pic, yeah.
that was
All right.
good.
Abs.
So,
Just-
but
just
another
block
thing,
him.
it's like if you're out there talking to random guys pretty routinely, then yes, this is going to happen. Go ahead, Brady.
I just wanted to say, I bet you, like, when I said there's a certain kind of guy, Donald Trump is one of those guys.
Oh
it
my
seems.
God.
To me, I feel like he's the kind of guy that would have no qualms about.
Has he sent you
why
dick
wouldn't
pics?
she want to see it?
Trump has sent you dick pics.
He sent everybody dick pics. I mean,
Ah.
in the latest campaign email. It
Thank
was
God
just
I
a
didn't
picture.
contribute.
Because we got to know. I mean, he wanted
He
us to be
promised
sure.
us, but he needs to put it relative to something, like his
5,000.
hand,
A banana.
because
Usually you use a banana for scale.
Usually, you donate 5,000, you get a red cap. He recommends
You get a
you
red
to his
cap and a
tanning
dick
place, and then you get a dick pic. From Donald Trump, that's what you get.
No, and also
pretty
his wig person that makes his wigs. That
You get one strand of hair too.
On
that he
the
sends
ballot,
you.
it's just the dick pic instead of his name.
if you contribute over $1,000, you also get
Dick
a dick
of
pic from his
Donald Trump.
orangutan father.
Oh,
Fred Trump was.
I'm
a
sorry if you
nasty
like
man.
Donald Trump and you're listening.
Oh,
A teen
my
show.
goodness. Who
I
would
feel
like
safe
Yes.
criticizing Donald Trump here.
I think we're pretty safe. Who would like to read the letter from Sabusa?
I volunteer Brady.
Okay.
Brady.
Sabusa. I have Tourette syndrome, and I am in 8th grade. This teacher of mine and I are both female. In the beginning of the year, this teacher said, "I want to help you. You can practice talking to me. I understand you. I won't get mad." She gave signs that she wanted to be a mentor to me. I've developed a crush on her, but she hurt me badly about 2 months ago. She singled me out in class and scared me, claimed she understood me when she clearly did not, yet I forgave her. Why do I keep trusting her if she keeps hurting me? Last month, I went up to her and told her how I trusted her and how I saw her as a mentor. She said, "I am your teacher, nothing more." Yet, she continues to give me mentor-like cues and looks out for me like one. Then on other days, she is snarky. She claims to understand me. But does she?
Okay.
Ooh, that was good.
So, very good, Brady. Good reading.
Yeah,
So,
wow.
question to the panel. So we have three categories. We have teacher, mentor, crush.
Yeah.
Does this
Yes.
teacher understand that you see her as possibly all three of those, and is this her way of either kind of abusing your crush or to kind of grab a hold of some sort of power position in your heart, or is a teacher just trying to set boundaries? Like, I'm kind of confused. There's lots of layers in here, Brady.
I have a great because when I was in middle school, like, when you have all of these feelings and stuff for the first time, because this person is going through puberty, obviously, like, and chances are this person is not like well liked, in school, probably because Tourette's is going against her. But I don't know. People form bonds with teachers when they're lonely, and I think that there's a high chance that this person could be a lonely person. And so when you're feeling like all these things and, you're experiencing hormones for the first time and like the concept of love is like something that you're going through, like it's very easy to form bonds with people and like be confused about them. I think it could be a crush because like the teacher might be like, this person might be attracted to the teacher, but like, you can have a relationship with somebody and not have a crush on them. I think that this person is just confused about that.
I think she feels a crush, and she also feels the crush because she felt understood finally by somebody.
Yes, and it's a much deeper, what this person is going through is they thought that they had, a special kind of connection. But at the end of the day, this person is still your teacher, right? So anything you do in class, you have to understand from their perspective. They can't show, absolute favoritism to you. And there's not anything else that's going on there.
Well, I don't know if the teacher should be saying snarky comments. She should understand that this kid is especially vulnerable. But when the teacher made the comment, "I'm your teacher, nothing more," did she say that with an understanding that this kid has a crush on me, or did she say it as if to imply I'm not even your mentor? That's where I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
Because I think she had volunteered herself as a mentor, so I don't think she gets to step back from that. She just needs to know how to handle a crush from a student, because crushes from students are pretty common. Kenneth?
Well, 3 things. One, she never said that I'm going to start. She gave me signs that she wanted to be a mentor, and the things that we're getting this person's interpretation.
Yeah.
The comment couldn't even have been that snarky. Maybe they just took it like this, and
that's
also,
what I think too.
There isn't a question. They're kind of just asking for advice. They're just saying she claims to understand me, but does she? So the best advice is to make sure that this person understands is that usually at this age, you don't understand when someone's being a really good friend or when there's a relationship between the two. And so I think maybe that line is hazy and they're mistaking, someone being there for you to love and feelings. So the best idea, and the reason why she said I am your teacher and nothing more, I believe, is because she's trying to set up that boundary again.
She felt the crush.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Brady, what were you gonna say?
Well, going off of that, I think that what happened here was, when you're a kid and you have a crush on somebody, you make it obvious, in a lot of cases, just because you don't necessarily know how to hide those feelings yet. And I think that, this teacher was put in an awkward position because, when you have a student who has a crush on you, but you, also want to take an interest in them because they're a little bit, different, or, you see something in them and, they're not being, you feel like you can push them to their full potential, or whatever. It puts the teacher in an awkward position because it's how do I continue with this, helping this kid out, but also deal with the fact that this kid feels an inappropriate way towards me.
I think I agree with what Kenneth said in that you may have been interpreting something as snarky because you were pushing boundaries that the teacher was trying to push back on and reestablish because, you have needs and she's trying to meet them without you misperceiving them. Victoria.
So it says she claims to understand me, but does she? I think someone can only understand someone if that's actually happened to them. You know what I mean? Or something similar has happened to them.
Well, pretty much all of us probably can relate to feeling different for one reason or another.
Definitely.
So I may not understand someone with Tourette's, but I can understand someone with anxiety or, with OCD because I have all those things. And
I think it's one of those things when someone takes you in, they're like, oh my gosh, no, you're here for me. So are you going to be here forever for me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because I understand that. I've been in somewhat of that situation, not completely in that situation. I have dyslexia, so I had to go to a different school, and everyone there had dyslexia too. So I was like, oh my gosh, everyone's my friend.
Yeah.
So I think that's what she's going through. Not I don't think it's an actual crush. I wouldn't really call it an actual
Did she
crush.
define it as a crush though?
She said,
I'm starting to get a crush.
Yeah. I mean, I've had crushes on teachers. I know once you start to think it's a crush, it's a crush.
Yeah.
It's you can't really control those, and they're there to teach you. They're there not that you need to just sort of categorize it under crush and just enjoy it because it makes going to school more fun, but it's really there to teach you the type of person that you're attracted to. So don't put too much pressure on this person to be someone that they're not capable of being at this time and space. Did you have something, Lyric?
Well, I was just gonna say that I think maybe a lot most of what people said, but that she probably senses that you like her. But I think that since she hasn't directly this is another idea. Since she hasn't directly said to you, I'm your mentor, like, she's implied, like, I'm here to help you, but I think she more means in, like, I'll be here to support you as just a teacher. I don't think it's so much like, I mean, teachers are mentors, but I don't think she's, like, meaning, like, I'm here as, like, 100% a mentor and, like, I'll be your advocate. Because if she were, I definitely would think she would be much more gentle and kind to you. I mean, you know, just saying, maybe it is that you were picking up and you were feeling that she was more angry than she was.
Right.
But I just think that if she were really, like, a true mentor, she wouldn't be getting, like, that upset, like you're saying, to you. I think she would be more understanding. I mean, everyone has off days, but I don't know, just maybe considering if she's really the mentor that you would want and putting away your crush feelings.
And there's going to be a lot of mentors in your future because
Yeah.
the world is full of people that want to help.
Exactly.
Interesting, bright young people that show an interest. Give us a call if you have an opinion, 888-531-7171. We are on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Journals Network. Go ahead and subscribe. We would appreciate it. And there's a chat room associated with the live broadcast that I'm not in because I'm busy talking. But if you are in there, and if someone on backstage is in the chat room and can see if someone comments, we may put your question on the air or put your comment on the air. So go ahead
Or
and
give you a shout out.
or give you a shout out. Just a simple shout out.
Shout out.
Because we love you. What else did I want to mention that's doing business? Yeah, we just need subscribers to our channel because we're awesome and we would like more people to enjoy what you're currently enjoying.
So what's the number again?
888-531-7171.
Call us on our cell
Give us a
phone.
call if you have a question for this teenage panel. And like you
Call
could even
us
like
on
be
our cell
Lyrics like, this
phone.
is my personal number. It is.
Call me.
you could even like just have a question where like your product needs to be kind of focus grouped by a panel of teenagers. Like, you know, do you guys enjoy Coke or Pepsi or Mountain Dew? We've got some teenagers here. They'll tell you how they feel about it.
We will.
Anonymous writes, last night I was talking to my boyfriend. I'm 17, he's 16, and he started talking about doing really inappropriate stuff, and I said I didn't want to do that. I explained to him that I don't think it's bad for people to do it. I just think it's bad for me right now. I think he's mad at me because he said he was tired and said, okay, good night, I love you. And he just said, yeah. And then sideways frowny face. I'm not sure what that one is called. Am I overreacting about this? I'm just afraid that when he goes to college and I won't see him, we'll get into an argument like this and we won't be able to work it out. Lyric.
If you don't want to have whatever sex stuff with him, he's not right, and like he's not right for you. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if he's pushing you to do something that you very maturely stated you didn't want to do, and he's being like, yeah, like, okay, that's okay to be a little bit upset about that, but if it's gonna jeopardize your whole relationship like you may be suggesting, this is the wrong guy for you.
And also, maybe he was just, there's two things that happens when someone gets rejected for sex. One is that, I don't get to have sex, and the other is it kind of hurts your feelings. So there's that aspect as well that you need to be sensitive to. Brady.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, this guy is, his desires aren't going to go away.
Right.
You know, it depends on how long, like, you're waiting. Like, if you're just waiting until you turn 18, like, I don't know, maybe stick it out. But, like, if it's something that, like, you feel that is not going to be something that you're, you know, ready to engage in for a while, like, you know, just break up with him now because he's not going to wait. And you're just going to, you know, drag yourself further down into this, like, deep situation. And, like, he probably wants to break up with you.
I don't think
honestly.
so.
No,
I don't think so, Brady.
I
don't
would just
think
say
this is not a texting conversation.
I get
this
it.
is a serious issue. It needs to be talked
and I would
about
say,
face to face.
No, I understand that, but I would say that, like, you know, just knowing what I know about teenage guys and like seeing this little snippet of conversation, which is, okay, good night, I love you, and he just said, yeah, you know, like, he's not saying I love you back. It's angsty. It's passive aggressive. And I think it's just going to get worse.
Let me go to Mickey.
First of all, props on how you handled him asking you about that. That is
Yes.
what Lyric said,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
very
very
mature
mature,
way.
yeah.
That is very good.
It
like
was.
most girls I know didn't know how to handle it. We're just like, oh no, it's like, no, you did good. I actually agree with
Brady.
Brady. I'm so sorry. I actually agree with Brady where he might be thinking about breaking up with you now because that actually happened to me twice during high school where I did not give myself over, and they were like, oh, well, this isn't worth my time.
Wow.
And
I'm sorry.
But
yeah,
that's how
that- yeah,
guys
no, but
are
that's how-
in
yeah.
high school.
They need to learn through those experiences, and hopefully one day there'll be a girl who'll be like, hey, that's actually kind of messed up, or maybe they'll learn from like friends' experiences. That's just how some boys are at the beginning, and it sucks in that moment, but they just have to have certain experiences in order to learn that things like that are not okay. But so yeah, I agree that he might be thinking about breaking up with you. If he does, don't, like, it's not your fault. You did nothing wrong at all.
You did everything right, actually.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
everything right. And you just, whatever happens. I suggest leaving him if he doesn't actually, like, do it very soon, because usually with conversations like this, especially if they're not handled in a like, so hey, what do you think about this? Would you want to do this? And like, if you say no, they should be saying like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, let me know. Is it okay if I blah, 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 blah? If they just be like, yeah, they're not
Also,
mature enough to handle your body.
It's not. Good point. Or to take and handling your body means taking care of it and protecting it.
Yeah.
So first of all, he shouldn't pose that question via text, and second of all, you deserve a nicer bedtime emoji than that one. Which I don't know what's the name for that one, Victoria?
Oh,
Sideways
it's
icky
like-
face.
it's like, yeah,
Is
I
it?
don't know.
It's like this.
There you go.
Like,
Yeah, it's a smirk. Go ahead, Victoria.
That was.
Well, now you know what he really wanted the whole time.
Well, we don't
Bunch.
know all of that. I don't want to.
But don't you think that he's like planned that the whole time? Like,
I
Oh,
think
I don't
so.
think
I don't
so.
think
I think that's a
so.
little bit.
well, obviously
we're putting
he's
this guy
gonna-
on the floor, man.
but his
God.
reaction afterwards, if
Yes.
he was not planning that
But
the whole
he's a
time, then
teenage
wouldn't he?
boy.
No,
He's
I agree with Victoria. I think
but-
that of course he was going into this expecting that there'd be
Yeah,
sex.
no.
But and I will tell you why. Because everybody expects it
'Kay.
going in. Because everybody's doing it.
He was going into the conversation expecting
This
that.
guy has friends all over. He's got friends who are having sex. Everybody else but him, and that's
He's
why
only
he's disappointed.
16. Not
No,
Yes,
really.
okay.
Oh,
you don't
It's a
understand.
huge issue now, right now.
Yeah,
like
it
even at
is,
like
it
the
is.
lunch
just-
table, like
Of
there's
course, he shouldn't be
conversations
having
about it.
sex, but I get that. But
Is
they
everyone who
are.
says they're having sex?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one's gonna
I had
lie
friends
about
at
it.
age 13 who
Oh,
had
my
sex.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's how it
sad.
happens
Yeah.
now. Me too.
Wait, Brady, you're.
No, no.
Lyric.
Well, yes. Well, no.
With the rise
How
of
am I
social
supposed to
media,
answer?
so much more
Radio was like
sexy stuff is being
TMI.
obvious, and
Right.
so much younger kids are being exposed to it now more. And so they're seeing it and they're like, I want to do that. That looks great. And they don't understand yet what it really entails. And so they
Consequences.
just get into these situations and it
Yeah.
happens.
All right. Well, that's disheartening. Let's move on to a
It's-
question that's not going to be so upsetting
Louise,
for me.
You have no idea how bad it. I mean,
It's-
it got worse with
Why
the
are we
internet.
torturing her? Brady's like, no, we're not
It's-
letting you off the hook.
I mean, you run a teen advice show. You should know how things actually are. I mean,
Well,
In
I
my
answer-
high school, pregnancies at 16.
yeah.
I answered
girls and
letters from kids all day.
I know, yeah,
So
no,
I
I
have
know
a
you know.
pretty good window into how things are.
Well, but then why? Don't be surprised when it turns out that every 16-year-old and all their friends are having.
Because I do hear from a lot of kids who are waiting.
I know. Yeah, I get that. It's just it seems like it's such a like. I couldn't go to a high school where it wasn't happening on a huge scale. I don't know how else to spin it. I mean, there's a lot of kids, and definitely like the people who are writing into journals and stuff. Because it's maybe a different kind of kid. But it's a huge thing, and it's a problem.
Yeah.
It is a problem. So, but
No,
it's
yeah, I've
wide
definitely-
scale.
I've been hearing about it so much more, and I think it's like you hear about like pregnancies teen pregnancies every day, and I'm just like it's awful. I mean, maybe, and like later you'll see these kids are gonna be like, wow, that was a mistake, because then she'll be. I mean, it's not always like their fault, but in this case, you're doing the right thing, and that's ultimately what's important. And if you don't feel comfortable, no one should push you into that. And I mean, you
course.
sound like a very strong person, and I really commend you for that. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Kenneth, would you read the question from Lemonade Love?
Yes. So
Lemon and lime.
Love that username.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Sorry, Kenneth.
Bye, Kenneth.
no, you done? Tell me more. How do you make lemonade? This is like,
You make
Gossip.
love
Okay,
lemonade.
so-
Lemon, sugar, and love.
Oh,
All right,
that's
so-
cute.
Help
Okay.
with
Wow.
being the third wheel. My best friend just got his first boyfriend, and I'm really happy for them, but now it seems he only cares about his boyfriend. We've spoken about it, and he said it won't change our friendship, but yesterday we were hanging out in a big group, and I wanted to talk to him, but he was too busy making out with his boyfriend to notice even when I twisted my ankle.
Oh, God.
Sadness. Brady, help.
Yeah, I mean, that's how things, this is your life now.
That's the way the popcorn
This is you're the third wheel until you get a fourth wheel, and then you can do, cool couple things.
Then you can
together.
drive places.
Yeah.
Or
and-
just you
Well,
guys make
okay,
another
Double
friend
dates.
together.
That was good.
Ah, because there'll be four wheels.
I
And
really
then you
liked
can
Ken's
drive.
joke.
Ooh,
That was good.
And you can add, a new friend can be your steering wheel.
Yeah. Oh.
That's the one who should be sober.
Banana.
Got him.
There's a poem here
Hey,
somewhere.
Got him.
Where did this
All right.
go? Wait.
Okay,
Okay.
so we steered it off the road.
Oh.
Lyric.
Oh, banana. Okay. I feel like being a third wheel is just really hard because even for the couple, it's like kind of awkward having another person there. Like no one I don't think that they were like, "Oh yeah, come watch us make out." Like I don't think that was like what they were feeling. So I mean,
course not.
maybe it's
What?
not. No, I'm making a
The
point.
third
Okay.
wheel is the one
I'm
thing that can
saying-
help avoid a pregnancy, though.
Well, they don't really have to worry, though.
Yeah, they don't
The
have to worry
cringe.
about that. It's two
The
guys.
cringe just washed
It's called a
over.
chaperone.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is
I'm
that
rocking it 1920 style.
you need to hang out with your friend on your own, just the two of you, and then you need to, during that time while they're making out or whatever, when they're together,
Leave.
just leave.
Just-
Go find
yeah.
other people. Just
Go
like go
away.
in the bathroom. I don't
There
know.
has
That's
to be
so
moments.
sad. Oh, you guys are making it. I'm just gonna
There
go to the
has to be
bathroom. It's fine.
moments
Don't worry about it.
You and your friend,
No.
and
Yeah.
for your friend and their boyfriend.
Can I also just yeah.
Because there's
for
no way you
sure.
can intermingle that really without it getting pretty
Yeah, and also
awkward.
like the thing is when just like so that you know, he still cares about you. It's just that he's with his like significant other, and it's not that one is more is stronger than the other, but like at that moment, like people change when they get around their partner. So it's not anything personal that he didn't notice when you twist your ankle, and that is horrible.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that he doesn't want to be friends with you. He still does, of course. It's just he's with his boyfriend. So you need to find time to be just the two of you, and then when they're together, just back out.
So new love is like magnetic.
Yeah.
And it can be
exciting.
very blinding. And so it's happening to your friend. It's going to happen to you. This is like waves coming into the shore. It's like the wave that's coming is the one that seems like it's all right in front of your face and it's like forever. But it crashes and it goes back out. And so these things like at times in your life, like you'll be the one in a couple, other people will be single. And these things just are cyclical. So you just have to wait this one out, Brady.
Yeah, you can't fight it because
Yeah.
it's you're right. It's magnetic. It's like and anything that you do that's like getting in the way or like trying to force yourself into a situation where like you're not wanted. I know that's harsh, but like when they're making out, like you're not wanted, right?
Yeah.
So I mean like. Yeah, forcing yourself into that situation is just gonna make him annoyed at you, and the attraction is gonna fade. Like he's gonna come back to you because he knows that you're his friend, and like you offer him things, like companionship and friendship and stuff. So that's gonna come back in a strong way. Kenneth.
Yeah, and that's just how things are when you first get them.
Yeah.
When you first get, a toy or a movie or just something, you just take the
Wanna
most
play
of it.
with it.
Yeah, and then it goes away after a while.
I like toys and movies.
toys and movies are my favorite.
and candy.
Toys and movies.
You eat all of it, and but it's just that's what
Jurassic
happens,
Park.
and it goes away after a while. And so just wait it out, and it's eventually gonna go away, and you guys are all gonna be able to hang out without them making out all the time.
And this is his
Victoria.
first, by the way.
Yeah.
So this
He
is
did
really
exactly
Yeah.
This
Sorry,
is really
intoxicated.
make out
Yeah.
hour for him.
Yeah, I was far gone, like my first. So,
Your
no.
first love. What age
Yeah.
was that, Brady?
I was 15.
15.
Oh, that's cute.
Thanks, Lyric.
Little old Brady.
Thanks for that, Lyric.
Brady.
You got Lyric's approval there, Brady.
Brady.
You happy?
Brady.
Very happy. Thank you so much. This is such a great honor.
Anonymous writes, I can hear my parents doing it.
Oh God, this one's awful.
It is grossing me out. What should I do? Do you know how many
Oh, I
times
just-
I have gotten this question?
Yes,
Like,
I do.
no,
I've seen
like-
it all over the place.
Are you serious? That's
I get this
awful.
question a lot.
Oh my.
So there's not good walls out there, people. Parents, please know that your walls are not as thick as you think they are. I'm talking to the parents. I'm
I
talking
really
to you.
hope some parents are watching.
All right,
right now.
Mickey. Yeah.
You have two options. The less painful one of them is to just put in headphones or play a video game.
Yeah, hunker down.
Just wait it out. Just with anything
Take a
loud
walk,
that can be in
take a
your
walk.
ears.
Build a shelter.
Well, if it's at night, they can't go walking at night.
Just
but
be like, bye.
I'm moving out. No, but headphones, keep it loud, just stay strong. Or this would be very awkward if you do it, but it is an option. You can tell them and be like, hey, you guys,
I have a
seriously,
middle of the road.
wait until I'm sleeping over at someone's house.
And they will be so embarrassed, but then it will stop.
Then it'll be, you both will be embarrassed.
You're welcome.
You deserve it.
Okay.
That was the collab
Okay.
right there. I got you.
So you can either choose not to tell them, or you can choose to tell them, or you can very passive-aggressively let them know without confronting them.
Rose petals to a paper
No,
that says,
no, like-
please stop.
Here's
No,
what you
just-
do.
What?
When-
Slip a
whenever
card
you
out
make-
the door?
Whenever they're having sex, as soon as you hear it start, you just knock on the wall, and that's it. And when
Like
they
an
might not
angry
hear it.
neighbor?
They might not hear it the first time, but they will notice that every time they start, there will be make it so that they don't even know that it's you. You know,
That's
like
why.
drop.
Wait.
But that doesn't solve anything.
Wait, I have one.
Wait,
I have
no.
one.
Be like,
No.
Mom, Dad, if you're gonna be doing it this loud, the least you can do is buy me a decent pair of headphones, buy me some noise
No,
cancellation.
don't tell them to buy
Yeah.
you stuff. You can
Buy
have
me-
sex, Kenneth.
Cash in for it.
I'm saying you make it
Buy
so
me
that
headphones or you can't have
buy
sex.
me those Bose headphones.
you have to create an atmosphere where they know that you're listening. Like without
Why?
you,
What?
without. I'm just saying, if you want to be like, you have to make your presence known.
Are
so
you
that,
talking-
so that
I
they're
got
like,
a good one.
Wait. What if she's listening?
Wait, what if you record them and
No.
then send it?
No!
Lyric was like, you know what's a really good idea? Let me record my parents having sex.
Hey, parents.
I'm
I know you
kidding.
guys are doing
I'm
this, but
kidding.
guess what? I'm also really listening.
You know what you should do? You know what you should do is you should like scream really loud, like be like, ah! When that happens, and then they'll be like, honey, are you okay? And then they'll stop.
Record it,
awful.
remix
Every
it,
single time
upload
I
it to
do
YouTube.
it.
What if you
No,
just
what Brady
said,
said is better, actually.
what if you said to your mom the next day, "Hey mom, I'm just wondering if you're aware that the walls are thin."
That's
'Cause
good. That's alluding to
she
it
will-
without saying
that's
I'm
alluding
hearing
to
you
it.
guys have sex.
Yeah.
That's really
But
good.
then your parent will
Scratch-
hate
But then they
you.
know.
Scratch the
That's
rest of the
really-
stuff I said.
If they think that you,
Oh, you
like
think you're-
sometimes parents are just very naive, and you have to educate them to let them know that you can, like, the world doesn't, like, you don't leave the planet at dark. Like, you're still a person who lives in the house.
I know how you do it. You
Okay.
make loud jokes about it whenever it's happening, so that it's like it's cool. It's not serious. You know, you're like, hey, you two, keep it down.
Hey,
That's
kids.
The best joke.
Hey kids,
Got him.
hey kids, get a room. Oh wait, you have one, but like
But
it's
please
not
stop,
a very
please
quiet
stop.
one. Victoria,
You can put your bed on the other side of the room.
You should.
Wait, are you saying that this is all happening while they're in the same
I would hope
room?
no.
Like, I'm just gonna move my bed over
No,
here.
no. I mean,
No.
like not from that wall. I would hope that you guys' beds aren't on the same wall, because that would be
That's what I'm saying.
Awful.
Maybe it
Yeah.
is.
Because maybe,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
We've
like,
taken
then you
this
really
quite
hear
far.
it.
you know what?
That's
And
really disturbing.
Just
the
get
good
a
news
sleeping
is that-
bag.
the good news is that your parents are still attracted to each other.
Yeah.
And that sex doesn't last very long. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. Your parents are busy people. They have things to do the next day. It's a couple of songs. Cue up a playlist for this,
Parenthood 101.
and then it'll be over.
Just
Oh
be
my
like, wow,
God.
he must be really big. Oh, wow.
Can you
Brady.
not?
Ew,
Please
what?
stop.
That's
Stop it.
disgusting. Stop,
my
Brady.
Wow.
I feel like we have hashed this question to
You guys are
Literally,
really in
I
love.
want to die. What's the
I
next
feel
question?
like
Oh my God.
Just throw rocks.
this household is really stable.
I haven't heard anything
Brady?
like this since
Oh.
the night I was conceived.
Yeah. You guys have a great
Stop.
sex
God.
life.
Stop. Wait.
All right.
Okay, pause.
All right, that's enough. I'm going to read this question.
God.
This is from Anonymous.
They would stop.
Actually, I
They
grabbed
would stop if you did that.
I grabbed this question from Ask Wheezy because I thought it was really interesting.
Ask Wheezy.
And it's a good way to get out of Brady saying anything more about the previous question.
Oh,
All right.
you don't like that?
Stop it! Don't!
That's honest. We don't.
Too much for you, huh?
Stop it.
Oh
Too
my
much for her,
God.
too.
That's worse than what I said.
Something happened to me at work and it's making me feel really bad. So I was cashier and I was ringing up this old lady, and in her cart I noticed an umbrella exactly like mine. Of course I told her that it was my umbrella. I guess my mistake was not taking her word. I didn't make a huge deal, but something told me to call my manager over. He couldn't do anything about it, so I let it go. But the old lady seemed really upset that I was accusing her of taking my umbrella. After my shift, something told me to look around to see if my umbrella could be there, and sadly, I found it hiding behind a rim of my jacket. I felt so embarrassed and went straight to my manager to apologize for the incident, and he said it was okay, but that didn't change the fact that I made a fool of myself in front of him. And the old lady seemed like a regular customer who was pretty upset when she left. What should I do? I already cried about it, and that didn't help. Ha ha. All right, my question to you guys is like,
Oh my
is
God.
her number one, should her number one concern be how she looked in front of her manager?
I
Like-
mean, it's just something that passes your head. I mean, your head.
But who's the person that she wronged here?
I mean, no, but it's just one of those first thoughts. Like, I made a big deal about it to my manager, and now I was wrong. Like, I'm sorry.
But if you jump to conclusions and accuse someone of being a thief, who is the person that you should be apologizing to?
I mean, she feels awful. I mean, there's nothing she can really do about it. It's not like she has the person's number.
Well, if she's a regular
Well,
customer,
if
why
the
can't you
woman
look in the
comes
system
back,
and see if she's in the system?
That's
That's kind of stalkerish.
No.
kind
That's a
of,
bit
that's
far.
far.
If the
If
woman
she
is a
got
regular,
an email that said, "I'm sorry,
Yeah, she'd be like.
I found my umbrella."
This
and
is
you
also an
taught me-
old lady too. I don't think she's.
Old ladies are people. They
But
could be
not-
having sex in the next room.
not as usually
Wait, I'm not saying they're not
technologically
people.
savvy though.
I'm saying they're not tech savvy.
Kenneth, you're gonna be an old lady one day, okay? But
Boom.
If the woman
I
is a
think you
regular,
would make a great old lady.
Thank you, Brady.
then she could apologize.
that's
when the
my
woman
umbrella.
Yes, she can apologize when the woman comes. But what bothered me about this was her first concern was how she looked, not when you do a wrong, correct it to the person that you wronged. That's your number one priority, Brady.
Well, okay, so like this question, this is one of those examples where, you were sticking up for yourself because you thought that your umbrella was getting stolen, right? So that's like a legitimate concern. This lady had the same looking umbrella as you.
And shifty eyes.
Yes, and shifty eyes. So, I mean, I think it's just one of those, it's a Seinfeld situation. It sucks. It's embarrassing. But you know what you do? You go to work the next day. You make it seem like that lady, stole your umbrella, and you're still mad about it. You don't tell anything to your manager, and you
Brady.
continue on with your life like a normal person.
And when she comes back, you give her bad looks.
Normal people, normal
not
people are
agree.
shameful. Normal people
Brady.
have a lot of shame in them, and that's a good thing.
Lyric.
They should
Please.
carry it with them.
Please make him stop talking. Lyric.
Stop.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on. So I think you need to talk to your manager because didn't she tell her manager, like, I think this woman's stealing my umbrella?
Yeah.
So be like, look, I made a mistake.
She already did that.
what
Yeah,
She
okay.
still feels
So-
bad.
That's what
Okay,
she did.
so you're fine with that. Now go to the old lady next time she comes in and bring your umbrella and be like, look, I have my umbrella.
Bash her with it.
Yeah.
I didn't steal her umbrella. Now you have
How
two.
dare you
Now I have
copy me?
two umbrellas.
You knew I owned this.
You go,
No, no.
You go up to her and you're like, look, I stole it back from you.
Look, I'm a magician. I made two of them.
You make her doubt her own reality.
Okay, but what does she say?
No, and you
Really?
need to just be like, look, I made a mistake. Our umbrellas looked exactly the same. Ready for this? I would like to give you a special deal. Is this a grocery store?
Yeah, it's a
You get free
and
umbrellas
you'd be
for
like,
life.
I
no,
don't
and
like
you'd be
this.
like, you can get any ice cream flavor you want.
So be
half
condescending
off,
as you're.
half off
You
today.
know how the old ladies love their ice cream. Victoria.
But first, ask your manager.
Yes.
Second,
yeah.
when you go to her, don't be like, you have to be like, excuse me, ma'am, I'm really sorry for accusing you of stealing my umbrella. I didn't realize that you had the same exact umbrella as me. I would like to offer you a deal. Offer you a deal. And then you tell her the deal that you made with your manager. But first you need to ask your manager. You can't just make something up yourself. So.
Or you could give her something from your own paycheck, offer to give her,
Exactly.
say like,
if your manager says no, we can't do that, you can always just like pay
Well, you could
for
just do it.
and
or
be like, oh
something.
my God, look at us twinsies. Can you believe it? We have the same umbrella.
and now we have the same ice cream. It's really cute.
We should do everything together. Mickey.
Oh, sorry.
You look
I
so
actually-
scared.
You
I
thought I
was
was
not
going to do
expecting
that
that.
stupid voice longer. didn't you?
I actually understand why she cares so much about what her manager thought and what people thought, because it's her job. I mean, like, this manager like could fire her if she had made a big enough deal about it. So if I was in this situation, if I made a big deal about something and was completely wrong, I would make sure, like, of course I would apologize to the person too, but also make sure with my manager, like, I am so sorry, this will never happen again, please don't put me on the chopping block, because you could get written up for something like that, for like causing problems with your customers. And so I completely understand how like worried she was about messing her relationship up with her manager.
Aaron?
Hi. So I'm going to try this camera out real soon.
Where she wrote, of course I told her it was my umbrella. Can we just not be so impetuous with our judgments? Can we just, when things happen in life where we're absolutely sure that we're right and someone else is wrong, can we stop for a moment, take a breath, and think, what if she does have my umbrella? Maybe she picked it up accidentally. There's a lot of stuff that could have happened before, hey, that old bitch took my umbrella. 'Cause,
Okay.
Whoop,
you
there
jumped,
it is.
you jumped to a conclusion that was like, what if you even have to go buy another umbrella because she did, because she's poor and she lives on food stamps and cat food? Like, what if that happened?
Now you're adding details that aren't there.
Yeah, because
this lady could be fabulously rich. She could have walked in there with a fur coat and, a little dog, and she could have been like, an umbrella? Why would I steal an umbrella?
But we tend to think that everything is about us.
Yes, because it's like, what's the chances of another person having the same umbrella as you? I would jump to conclusions too. And I think it's fine to do that.
I don't.
I mean,
It's
she
a
apologized.
human thing to
disagree.
do.
She's a better person than most people for
We're all
apologizing.
living for ourselves in this world.
Yeah. Truth.
Victoria, help me out here.
And that's the end of the show.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Put your name on everything. Put a
Yeah.
name tag on
Yeah,
everything.
do
in
it.
the
That's
store.
a quick way.
Go up and down the
Yeah.
aisles.
You would never have that
Girl
problem
Scout
ever
it.
again.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're afraid of something being lost that's yours, then put your name tag on it so that you know next time. And then it won't happen again.
All
She's
right.
going to be walking around with name tags on
I
everything.
also think that we need to stop before we jump to a conclusion that involves us accusing a person of what is a 10 commandment.
I mean, that it's not like...
It's big.
I don't think
That's
they're
a big
like.
accusation.
I mean, just saying, like, hey, like, that's my umbrella because, like, I see my umbrella. Like, that's what my umbrella looks like. That's just the natural thought. And she didn't make it a big deal. I mean, this does not seem
This
like
is just
the kind-
paraphrasing too.
Yeah.
We don't really know word for word
I-
what she
to be
really
honest,
did.
I think it's just one of those situations that it's fine because like nobody got hurt at the end of the day. This lady was accused of like. How's this old lady's self-esteem where, she gets destroyed over being accused of stealing an umbrella? I don't know.
It's hard to prove a negative, and if you didn't steal someone's umbrella, it's really horrible to be accused of it.
It sucks. Yeah, I agree. But it's like at the end of the day, nobody got hurt, and she apologized.
She didn't apologize to the lady.
No,
Because
She didn't
because
have a-
Aaron won't let us stalk
she
her.
has to let it go.
Victoria.
It's just an umbrella.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I know it's just an umbrella, but it's the accusation that I feel like she could have stopped before she did that.
yeah, definitely. And I would think about everything else on why, instead of she just stole it, on why she has it. Like, what if they're poor? Like you said, I'd think of all of that before I would jump to that. Unless it's something very valuable, like a phone or
If it was her
something-
phone, yeah.
or like something that's very, very
Like her
valuable.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
looks like
hate
my
it when I
baby.
see
That looks
someone with-
exactly like
with
my
something-
child.
Someone that looks like my baby. I'm gonna say something.
Of course.
Of it,
I
Mickey.
think it's with both sides, because it is possible to look at the situation and be like, maybe this person, and be like, okay, well, maybe this person didn't, but maybe they did.
Yeah.
And there's no way for you to find out unless you go up to them and ask. And maybe this wasn't handled the best way in an accusational standpoint, but what if the woman did steal something? There was no way to find out, and you can't just let something go like that, like especially if it's like a possible stealing thing.
I think you can let an umbrella go to an old lady. I would let that happen. All right, we're gonna
You
jump
never
to internet
What if
culture
it was
time.
raining?
Yeah, I know. Someone could have gotten wet. I know. Internet culture time. Jake,
Okay.
you're gonna share a mic with Mickey, and we're gonna cue something up. So this happened today. Maybe you guys got this in your feed.
It would logistically, he should be back here with me.
Oh, okay. Do you have room for him back there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, did you guys get this in your feeds, Facebook or Instagram or Twitter
The,
or otherwise?
anonymous thing?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
So I guess Anonymous has decided. You want to explain what happened, Aaron and Jake?
I can explain it. I know
Okay,
exactly
go
what
ahead.
happened. So basically, the internet hacktivist group Anonymous, which is a loose collection of hackers from like all around the internet, they have declared war on Donald Trump. And I say war meaning like they are gonna, supposedly try to dredge up his emails, disrupt communities that are in favor of Donald Trump, and stuff like that, basically.
All right. Have we got the clip, Matt?
Pretty much it.
Yes, I've got the clip. You ready?
Yep.
Way of life. This is a call to you. We need you to shut down his websites. Research and expose what he doesn't want the public to know. We need you to dismantle his campaign and sabotage his brand. We are encouraging every able person with a computer watching this video to participate in this operation. You do not need to know how to hack to support this important operation. If you are able to re-upload this video to your channel, you will help to give this operation the momentum it needs. Share this video. This is not a warning. This is a declaration of total war. Operation Trump engaged. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We will not forget. Donald Trump, it is too late to expect us.
Okay, I'm pretty hot for that guy. He is doing it for me. Your
was
thought,
lame.
your thoughts, Aaron?
The anonymous guy?
God, that was
Okay,
lame.
so we are not swapping over to this camera quite yet. We're working on some technical stuff, but like audio stuff. But our thoughts on this, at least I can't speak for Jake, but my thoughts on this are that we've seen this before, and probably at most this will just be sort of a defacement of property.
Yeah.
Jake?
This is a test of the audio. It works. Cool. Okay. So Anonymous tends to do this a lot. Their kind of whole deal is like being politically charged and also hackers. I don't quite see the damage they'll do to Trump. Trump's whole persona is that he has nothing to hide because he doesn't have any real opinions or like anything but anger. So I can't see. I hope my initial assumption is that he will not respond at all and it'll disappear. And it'll exist on the internet where we exist, and then it'll disappear from there as well.
When has anything gone unresponded to by Trump? When has anyone said anything to him to which he has not responded?
All the time. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching all the Republican debates, but as soon as the other Republicans decided, you know what, maybe it's time to fight Trump, he completely just stood there, let them talk, and said, look what I have to put up with. These guys are idiots. That's what he said, and it worked. So, yeah.
Well, he called them idiots.
Yeah, but the bottom line is he
That had
knows
hurt.
he knows when not to respond, and it's effective. But the key issue is that Anonymous can take down a website, right? And probably he won't ignore it. He'll probably say something, but like what he'll say is, they took down my website. I can buy 500 more websites. I don't think they're going to take down 500 websites. That's what he's going to say.
It would be
And
great
they're
if
not
they
going to
could-
do anything.
Wouldn't it be great if they could infiltrate his Twitter feed because he loves tweeting? Jake?
Oh, I was just going to say that given Donald Trump, it's assumed that he has called everyone on the planet both an idiot and some kind of sainthood at the same time, at different points in time. But again, I don't think that whether he responds to it or not, it's not going to be a problem for him. It works when there's some big scandal. There's no scandal that you can remove. His public image is not based upon people liking him as a candidate or a
He's the
person.
embodiment of scandal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He
He will
portrays
thrive
it.
on it.
He's
yeah.
the damage.
He projects it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the thing about Donald Trump, in particular, like, first of all, trying to hack him as a strategy to like take him down is bad because he does not own a computer. Apparently, he only owns phones, and he doesn't know how to use email. He has assistants do
Couldn't
everything
you
for
like
him.
go
That's
into
so
his
cute.
Amazon account and have like a lot of pizza delivered or something?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, he would be able to pay for it all.
No,
Again,
I don't think they're.
it's like-
I don't think they care about a response from Donald Trump. I think they care about taking bits and pieces of his fragmented past and pushing them.
We've already done it.
I think
the
they
mainstream
think
media
they know
talks
more
about
than
it all the time.
They think they know more than we actually know about
Oh.
his behavior.
But they've already I'll tell you, there were hackers who already have tried to get into Trump's stuff, and they found his voicemails, and they released them to the public, and they thought it was going to be this damning stuff because he had, he's friends with all these people in the liberal media. What's her name? Joy from MSNBC.
Joy Behar?
Yeah, Joy Behar.
Well, I'd be friends with her.
Yeah.
She's cool.
He's friends with Tom Brady. He's friends with Joe
Brady.
Scarborough, Micah Brzezinski from Morning Joe. I mean, these are MSNBC liberal commentators, they thought that it was going to be a big scandal, and these people spoke glowingly of him. He's a guy, that's the thing. Donald Trump is, like, he has a lot of dirt, but he's ultimately, if you dig into his past, there's not a lot of people who have like bad things to say about him. I mean, he's screwed a lot of people over in business, but people don't care about that. And everybody who he, comes into contact with, he's very sociable. He's like a friendly guy, and people who you wouldn't even expect to say good things about him do. So I don't know how effective any of the, digging into his past is going to be, because I think that his strength lies on his likability.
I don't think he's
ultimately.
likable. I don't think anything
don't,
he says
but
is remotely interesting.
you
He
don't.
tends to repeat the same phrase
But
over
he's
and over
winning
again.
the GOP
He's not
election.
articulate. He's not interesting. He's not thoughtful. He's not introspective. He's just a blowhard.
But there's
Wow.
so many people
So-
who think the opposite.
So
Lyric.
so you're saying he's not thoughtful. I mean, I think that if you boil down what Trump is, he is basically a collection of easy to repeat, smaller, basic ideas that work really well as part of a campaign. Because unlike basically everyone else, it's really easy to talk about the things he talks about. He just says a couple words about this thing.
Yeah,
Says
and
it's
he's
going to be
not
great.
beholden.
It's going to be huge, and that's a tactic. It's not what he necessarily thinks or
course.
believes. It's just to get us talking about him. And by the way, this stunt that Anonymous is pulling might as well be something that he orchestrated himself, because
true.
it's going to give him more. The press is going to go crazy about this if they release it, and it's a big deal.
The only way to defeat Trump is a total media blackout. You have that's the only way that Trump would ever be defeated. Is
And also
if
to not-
you
You're
stop
giving them
talking about it.
ideas. Stop, Brady.
Not vote
Everyone
for him.
attacking him just gives him more and more people who will protect him.
Yeah,
And that's Trump's power, all the people that support him.
That's
I-
true. That's a good point.
Mine isn't exactly on Trump. Mine is on the video. The fact that it was just they used the song from 28 weeks later.
It's so stupid.
And like
It was
they just
so
made it super
dumb.
dramatic, and the hashtag OPTrump.
like, why
honest-
would I take it seriously?
Exactly. They're kind of embarrassing.
They call him the
themselves,
Trumpet.
and
Yeah.
they're trying to go against Trump, but they're kind of doing the opposite. They're making themselves look like fools.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, Aaron and Jake.
If you've seen a lot of Anonymous's YouTube videos, they're all pretty much exactly that.
But Anonymous isn't even like a thing,
No,
really. It's like
exactly.
one guy who's making these videos, and he's like, okay, like I'm gonna say that Anonymous is going after Trump now. And meanwhile, like 40% of Anonymous supports Trump. By the way, he's huge on this website where they gather, which is 4chan.
As someone who kind of lived there for a while, it's a satirical piece, just like everything on that website.
Yeah.
It was the same reason we wanted to revert to the gold standard. If you asked anyone on 4chan, they wanted to revert to the gold standard in the
Oh.
year 2014.
Oh, I remember
That was because someone was actually doing that as a satirical piece. 4chan takes anything anyone says that's stupid and adopts it as their mentality. And
Well, but the
he's
Trump
winning.
stuff is real. The Trump stuff is real,
No,
unfortunately.
no,
Yes,
no,
it
no.
is. Yes, it is. Because they're writers. They're far writers. sorry, this is internet politics.
Yeah, no, it's good internet politics though. But like,
It's
one
interesting.
of the things that I find like intriguing is that when conservative people say Trump is not a true conservative, that's their number one complaint about Trump. Not that he's called women whores and fat pigs, but that he's not a true conservative. It's like, how about if we delve into the character of the man? You know, he's just a horrible person. The character he's portraying, the one who runs for office, maybe not the Trump that I'm going to have pizza with later tonight, but the Trump who's running for office is just horrid. He's no one anyone should be rooting for or chanting his name. He's like a narcissistic pig who just
Negative
wants
gets more attention
attention
than
for
positive.
saying things that get people that he thinks are stupid to yell his name. And you know he thinks the people at those rallies are stupid, and he's using them because he loves attention. Brady.
But I just want to say that, like, when you say that, you know, Trump is this horrible person, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's people who like him who are actually like educated, smart people.
They may
and
like him personally.
No.
The character who's running for office is a jerk.
Like, yeah, he's a jerk, but like the thing is that he has strong policy positions on things that
Does
you know.
he?
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, because you know,
all he talks about is how good he's doing in the polls.
He has.
That's not what. That's,
He has
and you're
all the
not
big
listening if
words,
you're not-
Brady. He has all.
He
of
has
the big
lots of words.
He
They're
talks about you know
huge.
the wall is something that Republicans have wanted to build for years. He talks about you know his trade stuff. Look, I'm saying that if you think that you know Donald Trump does not have educated supporters who like him for legitimate reasons, and I think that a lot of his supporters, you know, like. They like him. They have reasons why they like him that go beyond just what everybody in the liberal media thinks. And I will say that if you do not recognize this, even as an informed, you know, liberal voter, that you're going to get blindsided in the general election.
Aaron.
Okay? And it's going to be dangerous for you. I'm just saying. It's going to be hard
So
because you're not
I'm
going to know what's
prepared.
coming.
I'm prepared.
So, Wheezy, you keep talking about how like, he's unlikable, he's this, he's that, but or he's a jerk, he's a bully, but
People don't care.
Right? They don't care. As a matter of fact, no. You know what? I would argue that they do care, and that's why it works.
They like it.
He's tapped into a latent river of anger that's been like bubbling in this country for years and years and years about the fact that we feel the establishment has abandoned us or has twisted this way or twisted that way, and everyone has their own perception of how it's gone wrong, but they're all angry, and they see him. He's angry too. Wow, maybe he understands me. Maybe I should
Doesn't
vote
he
for him.
lives in a gold house?
It's
I wanna
all
say-
But it has
wanna
nothing
familiar.
to do with it. It doesn't make any difference. No matter how many people hate him, there's always going to be supporters that
Do you know
en-
how
like
hard
and
it is
enjoy it.
to come off of 8 years of like the world's classiest president, who we were so proud of every time he
But
opened
not
his mouth?
everybody
Wait,
feels
who?
the same way as
I
you.
feel very proud of the last 8 years of this administration of President Obama, that he has represented the United States of America with dignity and with class and with elegance and with just wisdom. And
Look,
and
it
then
sucks,
you're gonna
Louise, but you're saying that his
It hurts.
You're saying that his supporters are idiots. That's
Yes.
the thing.
But
yes,
wait.
I agree. They might be, but the thing is that like you know. He's their idiot, you know. He's them.
He's
Because
not. He's
gonna
pretending to be.
No. And I will say that electing Donald
But he
Trump,
believes they believe he is.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
the point.
And-
it's
and
what they believe.
electing
Do
a
they
man,
also believe in Batman?
electing a man as Donald as degenerate as Donald Trump is a sign to the entire world that hey, this guy who is just like me, who I could have a beer with, is in the White House now.
He's not
That's
inviting
a
you over to
statement.
his gold house.
Of course he's not. But I'm saying that
Brady.
it's a deeper kind of connection, and I think that there's a good thing to be said about you know the fact that you know. People are taking a slice of humble pie and being forced to actually consider this demographic that is growing in power, which is the Trump supporter. You have to understand him first, and just you know putting that off and saying you know I don't want to understand this very large group of people and just calling them idiots. I mean that's
It's not just idiots. They seem really hateful, bigoted, racist.
not all. That's the thing.
That's
though.
how
You're-
they seem to me.
Yes, to you.
Kenneth.
Just to what you were saying about how he does have solid ideas like the wall that he's going to build. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not saying that's a solid idea.
No,
I don't
no, no.
support that.
I know.
I'm not a fan for the wall.
No, but he comes up with these ideas, but then he completely destroys them by like, oh, we're going to make Mexico pay for it.
And then he has people chant, "Who's going to build it?" And they all yell Mexico.
Yeah, it's stupid, Louise.
This
but
is your think tank? Oh, lyric.
Oh my.
See, the
we
thing
stumped you
is,
there.
I think that, okay, this is probably going to make a lot of people mad, but I think he is like joke. And I think that once people realize that,
But they're not
and they
going
stop
to.
and they no, I okay, this is just my little spiel, okay?
I understand.
So I think he knows he's smart and he knows how to make people get like uppity, and that's why he's doing this, because he knows that it'll make a ripple in whatever's going on. And I think that some people could think I don't like Donald Trump. I think he's funny, so funny, and people think that I like him, but I don't. Like, I mean, he's an idiot, but he's hilarious, and he's my idiot.
Jake?
But I'm making a point.
No,
Yeah.
Lyric. You stop there. We leave you.
Something that's really important to take into consideration is that Donald Trump is quite literally a reality television star.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He is.
Thank
He
you.
looked at American politics, the state it's in now, the mass media and how it got there and all these things, and said, this looks a lot like a reality TV show. People don't like the calm, collected, rational person on the reality TV
course
show.
not.
They want the out there, ridiculous personality.
Kim
He
Kardashian.
became Omarosa.
And he's
He
fantastically
decided
trained.
to become Omarosa.
Yeah.
That's genius.
He's my idiot.
All right, we're going to have to close the show. Thank you all for your insights. It's been very, very
you.
enlightening. We are Journals Out Loud. Please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We love you. Bye-bye.